Hello, welcome StrangeFam. Welcome to a very, very special holiday New Year's episode of Strangely Familiar. Listen, we've all been dealing with stuff here. In December, I had COVID, Jeff did, everybody's been getting sick, there's been holiday travel, so we just didn't record an episode this week. Jeff and I did get a hang. I did meet his girlfriend Caitlin for the first time. We drank some beers about it, played some board games, and did some of us get mad about little things in a game? It doesn't matter, because that's what life is about. It's about fighting in board games, but making the most of it and just really having a good time. So welcome to Strangely Familiar. I'm going to call it the best of. I don't know. I mean, are these the best clips from the year? Or are they the ones that I thought of? That could be it too. So we've got an hour here of clips that we recorded. So last year around this time, my buddy Jeff Warden texts me and says, "Hey, I want to do something. I need to do something like just creatively." And I was like, "Let's do it. Like, let's do a pod." I had experience with it, and functionally, we hadn't been friends for a good 20 years. We, the lore of the podcast is that we've known each other for many years, but really just in fantasy football, we hadn't hung out much. We didn't really talk. We didn't know each other. So it was like, for him, it was like, let's catch up. Let's find out who we are as people now. Could we still be friends? Are we still friends? Are we going to fight about stupid shit? And the answer to all of it is yes. It's been a very, I'd say, rewarding experience. It's one of the most consistent things I've ever done in my life is to record a podcast or put one out every week. And to do it with an old friend, and it works. I would say I would recommend, find somebody in your life that you haven't reached out to in a while for this year, and reach out to them. I know I can do better at it. I would say I took a step in 2023 with Jeff, and there's a few other folks in my life that I can do it with. But it was very rewarding. It was great. I think if you go back to episode 1 and work your way all the way up to whatever we are, 48 episodes. It is awkward. Like sometimes there's like very awkward moments of silence in these episodes, but that's natural to have that with somebody or to have a kind of an awkward vibe with somebody who you were best friends with. I mean, in 6th grade, we took a lawn mowing class together at the fire department. That's how deep this runs. We used to try to flush apples down the toilets. And now we're 40-year-old men still trying to figure out how to have relationships or be better at that. But I'll say I'm proud of that in a way because I think it's easy to get disillusioned and when you get older to stop trying to make friends or to continue relationships. But I'm proud of the work we put in this year on the pod, but also in our relationships. And I want to do that more. So if you followed along this year, I mean, I know several of you. I mean, who kind of name? Bob, well, Caitlin, obviously, Brett, Sarah, my sister, Sarah. Who do we have? Andy, Bill. We've had tons of folks like chime in, communicate with us, respond to different questions, and I appreciate you all. Steve, Allison, we just hung out, so thank you all for tuning in this year, for following along. I appreciate it. I think in the new year, it'd be really fun to get more interaction with folks. I don't know if that means maybe we bring some people on. Like now that Jeff and I have like established a foundation for our relationship again, maybe we bring other people in our lives on. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Like, I'd like to get that more involved, like a YouTube comment section. If you haven't already, please do follow us. We're going to keep this thing going. Like, it started out as just an experiment, but we're really having fun with it. I like it. But I'd like to invite more people. I'd like it to be more interactive. So if you're not following us on YouTube, please do. youtube.com/@StrangeFamPod. But if it's something about, if you relate to trying to make friends again with somebody or being a millennial, or awkward social interactions, or epic life fails, but recovering from them and sharing that with somebody, please hang out. If this is your first time ever watching one of these episodes or listening to it, this is like a good microcosm of what we talk about. So, is there stories about somebody shitting their pants? Of course there is. Is there a story about one of us kissing a man softly because of a billiards game? Of course there is. Is there anger? Is there rage? Is there silliness? Is there old man nudity? There is. And you're going to love it. So I appreciate you. Keep your 2024 happy, healthy, sexy. We appreciate you. Just keep coming, baby. Keep coming for the ride. We want you. We want you on it. We want you on the train. All right? So appreciate it. Please enjoy this episode. Follow us because we're getting serious this year. Last year was just a trial run. You get 1 year to trial run your pod. And now it's for real, you guys. So appreciate it. Thank you, StrangeFam. Have a great new year. Thank you to Jeff, my bud, and love y'all. Peace. I've done worse ruining a day in my life for sure.
Absolutely. There's way worse days I've had in my life.
I can tell you, just thinking about that, the last time I shit my pants. Do you want to hear about that?
The last time, yeah. I want to hear about the most recent pant shit.
I can't tell if this is a humble brag or not, because it was 2003. I'm approaching the 20-year anniversary. So maybe I'll get a cake for it. But it was when I was doing my study abroad in Russia, which we touched on a little bit in Ep 1. Go back and check it out. Mm-hmm. But we'd do these like excursions. We'd go out to like these old churches and towns, like take a bus out to these old spots around the countryside. We went to this spot, and you could only go there in, I think, a certain time of the year, because it was this church that was like surrounded by water, like after the snow would melt, basically.
Oh, I was gonna say like a moat.
Yeah. So, but at certain times of the year, so in the summer you could go there because it had dried up, basically, I think. So you walk over there, and it was like a 25-minute walk, I think, from our bus to the church. And I was feeling the bubble guts, and I couldn't tell exactly what it had come from. But I think ultimately it was just like different food. Like it had happened like a week after being there. And it was just maybe like a lot of butter and stuff in the food, more than I was used to. And then I couldn't handle it. So I was like, oh, where's the bathroom? I'm like, do you have a bathroom in this church? Of course they don't. But she pointed to me, there's like basically an outhouse like a mile back towards the kind of where we got off on the van. So I started walking back there, and I just couldn't stop it. I was wearing just old man cotton boxers, basically. Ooh. And I just couldn't stop it. I was like trying to hold them up. I was physically trying to prevent the poop from coming out of my asshole.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was just like, yeah. And I almost made it, but I didn't. So, and I go into this outhouse, and it's just a hole in the ground into the dirt. So I was like, this is where my boxers are going to end up. Because I definitely...
So the process started. Mm-hmm. So now, when you're saying that you're trying to hold it up, I'm trying to...
So it's
trying
just
to imagine the
wasn't
physics.
Even like box
like, are you
briefs.
grabbing the sides?
Basically,
of the
like
boxers?
one side, and both, just trying to hike them up,
give myself
a wedgie. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
now, are you clenching? You're trying to clench too, right? Or is that out of the? Is that out of the question?
Point,
I mean, because obviously, yeah, the cotton boxers aren't going to be the preventative measure. I would assume the cotton boxers, maybe you need to cross arm, and then try to spread, like you're grabbing right side with your left arm, left side with your right arm, right side with your left arm, and then crossing so that it's pulling the cheeks together to close off the door. Like if you remember the wizards in Conan the Destroyer trying to like open and close the door. Like it's kind of like that for those of us that have more in tune with Conan the Destroyer.
I'm going to say I wasn't thinking straight. That's for sure.
Okay.
And it was like, this is bad. And then it was like, this is happening. There's poop on my butt and in my butt crack. Yeah. Now I'm just smearing it.
And that's the problem with that.
Yeah. And so I went in, and I basically just used the other side of my boxers as toilet paper, because there's no toilet paper in there, obviously.
Then what do we do? Then what's the outhouse doing for us? Like,
I don't know.
So like, what is it? Like,
it's a hole. It's a glorified hole.
Not but like it's in the hole, is the outhouse? You said the outhouse is far away from the church.
Yeah.
So is this outhouse just in the middle of the woods? That's like building an outhouse in the woods. Just shit in the woods.
It was near some train tracks, I think. So that's probably, maybe it was an old like train stop or something like that, or it still is a train stop. I don't know. But houses my boxers probably underneath the earth to this day. I had to throw them in there. And then I just felt like, I don't know, there's no way. I mean, there was no bidet in there. It goes without saying.
Wow.
There was no ultra strong Charmin. I was helpless. Then it was just the rest of the day knowing that there was still had to be shit particles in and around my butt.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
me,
yeah.
like, just, I don't know if it was a phantom smell or whatever, just being in that outhouse, but I could just smell it. And I was like, oh, I was just worried. I was like, this is it. This is the day I shit my pants in front of like new people in my study abroad program. And I didn't tell
Yeah.
anybody until now.
Yeah.
Deal with that, Putin.
More
Deal
like
with my shitty
pooping.
underwear. Yeah.
Oh, Vladimir pooping,
So that
Matt.
was it.
Wow.
I will not. I refuse to shit my pants
Do you
on American
think
soil.
that you shitting your pants and leaving your American shit covered boxers is the reason the Ukraine was invaded?
It's hard to. I mean, I'm not like a political scientist
Are you
per
ruling it
se,
out?
but there's no evidence against it. I can say
Right.
that.
Right. And we promised we would talk about politics today. So
That's true.
that's called a segue. I also get comfortable with kind of sharing most stuff with my mom, whether she likes it or not. So
Yeah.
like I used to like I'll be honest with you, and I can't wait till she hears this, but she'll understand it. Is that like
Yeah, let's do it.
so like I always used to like watch myself with like swearing around my mom because I'm like she doesn't like hearing that stuff and blah blah. But then as like an adult, I just got more and more comfortable with it, so I use it. So I'm a casual swearer. Like I say shits and fucks and stuff. Like I don't say them inappropriately, but I have no fear of using them to stress
Mm.
situations. So it's always funny, like, because she'll just be on the receiving end, not in a malicious manner, but she'll just hear constant foul language from me. But she doesn't skip a beat. She'll be like, yeah, oh wow, yeah, okay, yeah. But like she would like, I'll be like, yeah, mom, this is some fucking
Yeah, that's a good
like.
impression of your mom.
I'll be like, yeah, that's some.
Yeah.
I'll be like, mom, you know what? Listen, did you see the Yankee game? The fact that they didn't pull the pitcher in the seventh, I'm like, that's some fucking bullshit. And I'll be honest with you, I'm like,
That's the way
oh,
you use it.
oh
Only
yeah,
when it's really needed for the Yankees game.
right.
It's like,
So like,
yeah.
and she'll be like, I know, I just, you know what? Sometimes I just don't know why they're doing what they're doing. I'm like, but yeah. So like, she doesn't skip a beat. Like I think she used to, and maybe she does want to see it, but maybe she understands that it's kind of like it's just part of my wording. Like that's just it. And like, but yeah, I mean, I owe my mom everything under the sun because eh, it's always been that case. Like she is the epitome of like I've seen her mad like twice ever, but like disappointed is like the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And my life is filled with situations where I've disappointed her. Well, we already talked about like my college career and stuff, and I'm like, how do I
Yeah.
explain this again and again?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know what? She likes to hear about my successes. I like to think that sometimes she probably is like, yo, this was going down a path. Like he homeboy's bounced back a little bit. So I try to share my successes and I don't usually give myself credit when I do proper stuff because I see it as like, this is the stuff you should be doing. So like
Mhm.
I don't give myself credit for a lot of things, and she will give me credit, and I know she likes hearing that stuff. So
That sounds like the right way to do it. Like, if you really want something to happen, a relationship, like meet up for coffee, meet up during the day. And that's
yeah,
probably why I've had minimal success
okay,
with this.
okay,
My thing's usually like,
all right,
well, I mean, we've already kind of gone over just the upstate New York of it all, central New York, and
sure.
the single moms, the most people being really far away, and just the bummer of that. I'll still go on once in a while. It could be my profile. I mean, I check this is what my about me says.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it's just like, this is who I am. If you're in it, you are. If you're not, you're not. But I said, I accidentally put my deodorant in the fridge with my other groceries. Now that I've tried it, I'm never going back. It tastes so much better. That's my thing. It's like, not a lot. Does that scream stepdad to you? Like, I like kayaking games and MTV Challenge. That's like my likes. Like,
The problem,
look out,
right?
world! I'm 40 and looking for love.
Now, here's the thing. I think that it's so funny, but you have to understand, dude, is it's funny because contextually I know who you are.
Yep.
I think someone
No
who
context for me.
So I think someone, if a woman saw that had a great sense of humor, I'm not sure she'd understand fully that you're absolutely like just using humor there. Like she'd be like, "Oh, haha, obviously he doesn't eat deodorant," but I'm not sure it's haha or like haha crazy or like again. That's so much context, and you're just going out there guns blazing.
Well, see, what it does do then is attract typically the unhinged. So it's like
Right.
someone who's willing to jump at that is usually. So then I'll say my last, like one of the last Austin ventures I had. this is the best microcosm of my online dating experience. Is, hey, we meet at night. We meet at a bar. It's like we know where this is going, kind of. By the way, if you are a mom listening to this, if you're one of my moms, perhaps, or whatever, you can fast forward 2 minutes. You don't have to listen to. I'll be gentle, but you may not want to hear this. Okay. So we meet up, and it's great. Fun, just having drinks. But then, like all of a sudden, a lot of her friends show up. I think it was like one of those, "Hey, we're just gonna show up just to check on you," kind of things. Like 2 hours in, but it was like 8 of them, like showed up as a group to check in on us hanging out. And she was, I mean, it was fine. She's like, "No, we're good. Yeah, yeah." And then I was like, "That's a lot. That's really intense to just like 2 hours in meet 8 of your friends all at once."
Sure.
So it's like, well, then we go back to her place and hanging out. She got a great dog. She got a roommate, but the roommate's not home. Dog was great. I think I might have. I had a picture of it at one point.
She's got
I
a
don't
great
anymore,
dog.
but dog was awesome. Just hanging out, and then it got to, things were getting physical, and she's like, "We can't do this here. My roommate might come home," and I was like, "We're adults, right?" Just like, by roommates, do you mean your parents? Which she didn't, but it was like, "Are 8 people going to show up? Are 8 people coming back right now? Like, what's happening?" So we leave. We go out, and essentially, we tested out my back seat belts, if you know what I mean. Click, 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 click. And I didn't really enjoy it. I'm gonna say that. It was like we're adults. How did this end up in my car, in the back seat on the street? I guess it was fun in the moment. We were probably a little drunk, but I didn't call her after that or text her.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not really into this. Are you still allergic to bees?
I am still allergic to bees. That doesn't change.
Yeah. Okay.
If anything, you become more allergic. I am irresponsible.
So, like, did you bring an EpiPen with you to
I
Florida?
should.
You didn't?
I did not. No, I roll those dice bad. Dude. I mean, a few years ago, I mean, EpiPen, epinephrine was a big thing in the news because, it's just so ungodly expensive, and it's like a lot of people need that to live. Can you not make such a well-needed thing like $900 for an injection that you tell us expires after a year? So
they're only good for a year?
Yeah, dude, they have expiration dates. Dude. It's medicine. So no, I don't. Just keep the old cell phone on me, 911, and hope for the best. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
have you avoided?
I have not been stung by a bee since summer of 2005. I think was the last time I got stung by a bee, and that was at the Great Race.
On wood.
That was at the Great Race in Auburn, New York.
For the story next week about you getting stung by a bee this week.
Oh my god!
I mean, I wish
it can't be worse than the last time when it fell out, when it landed on my beer and I drank it and it stung me in my mouth. Yeah.
What?
I was at the Great Race at the foot of the lake in Auburn, New York. It was a team race consisting of a runner, a biker, and 2 canoers or a kayaker. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, there's a big party at the foot of the lake. And so I was a supporter of those athletes by going to the lake and started drinking at about like 9 a.m. So noon rolls around and we're having some cocktails and a bee lands on my beer and I don't notice it. And I put the can up to my lips and the bee goes in the mouth.
It was on a can too.
The bee goes on the mouth
wasn't even drowning. It was just
hanging
alive
out
on your beer.
And so then I
Whoa!
feel it in my mouth and it stings me and I spit it out. Luckily I didn't drink. I spit it out, step on it, and I'm like frozen for like what seemed like an eternity. Our friend Mike looks over and he's like, "What was that?" I'm like, I think a bee just stung me inside my mouth. He's like, "You're allergic, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so
it's gonna go well.
Yeah, so I'm like, because it was a large event, there was EMTs on scene, so they were actually pretty close by. So I'm like, I'm gonna walk over this ambulance because I'm like, I don't trust I know what's gonna happen, and if it happens fast, I want to make sure I'm near medical professionals. So I told them, I'm like, listen, I just got stung by a bee. I've been drinking, and I don't have my EpiPen. And they're like, we should probably get
That's
you.
all you
Yeah,
need to
I'm like,
know
we
about
should
me.
probably get you to the hospital. I'm like, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, they took me in the ambulance. I went to the hospital. I started having trouble breathing probably within 60 seconds.
Like, did your tongue swell up?
Yeah, more like throat and like mouth. It's like,
but your throat is that how it works? Do you just your throat swell up anyway, no matter where you get stung? Is that kind of how it works?
No, for me, it's very contingent on where it is on my body. Is sometimes it can just be drastic. Like I got stung behind the knee once, and my leg just got gigantic, but like it didn't seem to really get above my waist. So like I just took a bunch of Benadryl. This was when I was 12, 13 maybe. But for this, since it stung me in the mouth, I'm like, okay, well, let's not take chances. And yeah, they took me to the ER and rushed me in and, hooked me up with a bunch of things, give me a bunch of shots. And then I want to say I think Mike's brother, Jay, was delegated to pick me up from the hospital. And I went back to the house party where people were hanging out after I left the hospital. I'm like, what am I gonna go home? Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the last time I got stung by a bee. So we're going on 15 years.
Here's another deep dive that will be very shallow.
Wow.
But TMI is that one time a girlfriend and I, in that vein, did film ourselves having sex. Then we watched it. It was the worst. We deleted it right away. It was the worst thing ever. Like, if you're a regular person, never do that. No. Never do that. It's so disgusting.
That's awesome that it was so awkward and shameful that you're like, why did I do this? Why would I ever do this?
Really, this will be fun. I think it was like, one of those things you get like one of those little card games or something, or, spice it up, or like, send each other little notes. And it was like, film each other. And we were like, it was also in like, I'm like an actual camera, little digital camera that had a video function, but video cameras weren't up to, they weren't even phone quality yet. Right. But it was like, we started watching it.
You're using digital zoom and being like, all right, well now, is that me or you?
It was just gross bodies. We might even set it up as a third party, but it's like, this is bad. This is like, we are not professional. Like, kudos to the people that are
you tried it on for size. It's just like trying a meal that you're hesitant about. You're like, listen, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be something I cook myself on the regular, but I'm gonna try this meal. And you try it and you go, you know what, not for me.
Yeah, this meal is too white and sweaty.
You know what, when I see videos of people preparing this meal, it's a lot different.
Yeah, it doesn't breathe as heavy.
Yeah, this doesn't look the same as the cookbook shows.
Yeah. So
it's like getting it's like watching fast food places advertise their burgers, and then you go and order one, and you're like, well, that's not the same.
I mean, I think it's funny when people eat yogurt like they're on a commercial, like they turn their spoon upside down. And I was like, why do you do that? You're eating like it's a commercial. Like, how do you? It goes in there the same way. But and then she's like, well, I also eat my cheeseburgers upside down. And then I was like, okay, so speaking of the half days at McDonald's, I have a friend who we'd go to McDonald's on these half days, whenever we used to get quarter pounder or whatever, the meal, and he would eat his food in this order. He would eat all of his fries first with no ketchup, right? Did you have ketchup? If you did, it wasn't like heavily used.
No,
maybe you did, but
I only dipped. I never poured ketchup. If I put ketchup, I dipped.
Yeah. So eat all the fries first, and then for the burger, he would take off the top bun with the ketchup and onions on it, maybe a pickle, and just eat the top bun upside down, and then eat the rest of the burger just open faced essentially.
No,
How was you?
it was a full deconstruct.
Yeah.
Burgers from top and bottom bun. So I would eat the meat patties by themselves,
Oh, okay.
and the breads, each bread item separately.
I can't believe you didn't get put into therapy then.
I don't do it anymore. I don't know when I stopped, but yeah, I mean, I did that for years. I did that for a long time with fast food burgers, and I don't know why. I didn't do it at home. I ate burgers normal at home. I'd ate them normal if I went to a sit down restaurant. Fast food burgers, for some reason, I deconstructed.
I don't know. Did it taste better? Was it like an OCD thing? Like, did you not like all the
It
ingredients
tasted
together? I remember
Yeah,
seeing it the first
I think
time.
that was part of it. Is like it tasted different. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of like now. And what was weird is like the bottom bun. The bottom bun had a slight remnants of maybe degraded cheese off of the
That
burger,
adds up.
but
Yeah.
no ketchup or mustard or pickles or onions. So it was just a piece of bread. But that got its own show. And then the top of the bun, yeah, you're eating it like a piece of like toast with butter on it. So like the topping side is up and the dry side's down. You're kind of like trying to munch it that way. And of course, like you got greasy fingers, so you had to have like napkins on hand for like the burger parts. But yeah, and to this day, I very, 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 very rarely eat my side through the same process as the burger.
Just all up front.
It's burger or any sandwich food. It's if the sandwich comes with a side, then they are being eaten separately. Sometimes I go side first, still, but a lot of the times I'll go burger first and then the side. But I do not eat. I don't take a bite of burger, then have a couple fries, take a bite of burger, have a couple fries. No, everything has its direct order.
Oh man. So is that a story that you've shared with people? Like, is that kind of like,
No,
here's something that's quirky about me?
Nope,
No.
I completely forgot. And that's actually like I work in icebreaker world, all right? I work in training in a big corporation. So like icebreakers are a thing. I got to remember the disassembled burger cuz yeah, that's something weird, HR appropriate, but also is going to make people think that you're capable of possibly being insane.
I did pee in a bottle this week.
Okay. This week. Okay.
This week, yes.
Please
Twice.
give us the context cuz I hope there's context.
Once successfully.
Oh wow. There we go.
I went kayaking a few days back, and it was just I had finished my iced tea and there was nobody around. And in theory, could I have gotten out of the kayak? But it's like a whole to do. You got to get up to the shore. I mean, there was no like really easy like bank. It was like it was high enough off where it would have been awkward to get in and out. So I was like, let me try. Let's have a day. Let me try something I haven't tried, and pee into this iced tea
while sitting in a while sitting in normally in a kayak. So you're talking right angle, like you're sitting up and your legs are out, right?
They're in front of me, so I sit in the kayak. But it's still like, yeah, I'm basically at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah,
basically at a 90-degree
angle.
That's
okay.
So just leaning back.
Yeah.
Obviously had to unfurl, and then just just exactly like that, exactly like a cobra. Just got it up like a cobra. The old Santino Morello.
That's true.
That's the reference, right?
That's a good wrestling reference.
Yeah. But yeah, somehow, just nailed the bottle. Small hole, right in, in.
Now,
like a needle into a soda bottle.
Now this is in a river or a lake or
the Owasco Inlet. I mean, in theory, I could have just peed over the side but
I'm kind of wondering
how a 40-year-old stream gets at the end.
Okay,
those last 30 seconds are treacherous.
I'm like, it's okay to pee in a lake, like it is. Lakes aren't clean.
All my other options would have been fine.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's weird. You took the opportune time when it was took the opportune situation, which coincidentally lined up with being the least needed time to do it.
Mm-hmm. So the first one, I nailed it. That bottle was getting warm. I rode it over to the side though, poured it out. onto the grass, and yeah, just rinse it out for later use. And the second time I used it, same setup, a lot of confidence. My confidence was high.
Yeah.
It's like,
Too
I'm gonna
high.
get this. Yep, that's good. Yeah, I mean, exactly. And
And then,
yeah, sure enough, holding it, I dropped the bottle, slipped in my hand.
oh no,
Yeah.
that's not where I thought that was going to go. I thought we were going to have just a little miss aim or so. Oh no,
No,
the
no.
bottle slipped.
It was like a good 2 seconds, but 2 seconds goes a long way, you know.
Wow.
And it was, yeah, got a little hands bottle.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was in the water, had some towels with me, so it wasn't the worst. But it was bad. I did
Yeah.
not like it.
Enough to deter you from doing it again? Or you're
I
like,
think
that was the one-off.
I think I understand the mistakes I made, and I'm willing to give it another try.
Okay. Because right now you're in a real hard time because you're at a 50% success rate.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually have to have the third one to see how it goes to really make a decision on whether or not this is a good idea in general.
Yeah.
Huh.
So we'll stay in touch on that.
Yeah, we don't have to. We can, but
I think we don't have a lot of new stuff to talk about. We do a lot of like historical things. Yeah. So I think this will be one of the pillars.
Oh, that's very good point. Yeah.
Moving forward.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's definitely important to have a solid base moving.
I just want to have something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of a foundation for us.
Yeah, my peeing has been mostly in toilets, I think, since we last spoke.
Okay.
I'll probably exclusively in toilets.
Want to open presents like it's mother effing Christmas?
Oh yeah.
Or what?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me go get mine.
Go. So, a couple weeks ago, we said we were gonna. Was it during the birthday episode? We were like, "What's a good gift? Do you get each other gift?" I forgot. I don't remember. We're like, "What would you get somebody?" Kind of gift.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Let's just do it.
This is the way.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's get each other gifts.
We're adults.
Based on what we know about each other." And sure enough, we do. I'm going to tell you, you can clearly tell that yours is not a graphic tee. Because I was like, I couldn't.
It is not a graphic tee.
Yeah. It's, I feel like I couldn't compete with your collection.
If it was a graphic tee, this would be the most amazing way for someone to mail a graphic tee.
I was like, fold it the smallest, flattest you can.
Right. It is a large envelope. I'm talking probably 24 by 16. A large envelope. So now the postage says it's coming from Luke Gleckner in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and it's addressed to Matt Jones, care of Jeff Warden. So old Glecky.
The Gleckmeister.
Oh, it is.
Gleckenstein.
It is not coming out easily. It is. How is it stuck? Do I have to get aggressive? I'm going to use my old man strength. I'm 40 now. I actually assume I have old man strength now. Like when you play sports against like your friend that has dad strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from Etsy. Yes, it is a Nathan for you, like poster, I guess.
Yeah, now, you could frame it. You can hang it up. Whatever.
If you are familiar with Nathan for You, there is the one.
It's one of the
scene,
most all-time awkward TV moments.
I believe it's from the bar, the cigarette smoking bar where he holds the play. And has to have the actors. Is that the right actors?
One?
Yeah. So he's teaching this girl that he's like, you have to tell the guy in the scene, I love you. And he goes, no, you're not doing it right. Say it again. And she's like, I love you. He goes, say it again. I love you. And he just stares and he's like, again. And you can see that he's getting moved by it. And he just keeps having her repeat it so awkwardly for so long.
Oh my god! Let me see if I can find this the clip. It's worth seeing because
my goodness.
the character Nathan is always just a hopeless romantic searching for love, and he just keeps hearing her say "I love you," and he keeps saying again and again. All right, yeah, we've found it.
Or no, this isn't that episode though, but it's
Oh, it's a different one. Yeah, yeah.
it's
All
a
right.
later episode.
Hey, we'll check this out. Oh, it says it's oh, is this from Max? Hey, do you have that new channel, Max?
Yeah. HBO Max or Max.
Here we go.
I love you.
Okay. Now, I'm not believing that at this point. Say it again.
I love you.
Again.
I love you.
Oh, what's this?
Again.
Oh, they're ruining
someone
it.
clipped it.
I love you.
Again.
I love you.
Again.
Do yourself a favor. Look this up, though.
Yeah. Well,
It just goes on for way too long. It's
that
one of my
is funny.
favorite scenes from television. It's wildly awkward, but it fits with his character. And she gets her eyes start watering too because she's really feeling it. But that's just art. I felt like I
That's
see a blank angled ceiling back there. You can put that on. A classic
Yes.
second floor attic room ceiling.
Yes. The it's like, is it a ceiling? Is it a wall? No one actually knows because it's literally a 45-degree angle.
This does feel t-shirty. It's like the old Christmas. Oh, a pair of clothes. Remember those days of being bummed by getting clothes for Christmas?
I just love that you said pair of clothes.
Well, that's what somebody in my family said that, I think. Oh, it's a pair of clothes.
It's not even one cloth.
Should I look right at it or
Show the fans
Look.
first.
show? Okay. I see it is a graphic tee. Not surprised.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
I cannot see it. Let me
And
see.
it's too close for everyone else to enjoy. But
Go with the flow. Hell yeah, dude.
even more hilarious given your story that you
Yeah,
just
dude,
told
go
us.
with the flow. How can that be? This
I
is
don't
amazing.
understand. That's so much better
I'm
now.
not even going to dignify myself with a response to that.
Oh my god. Perfect. Wow, I gotta say, we've struck gold. We've done it.
Yeah.
We've done it.
We nailed the gift exchange.
Dude,
Wow.
hell yeah. Dude,
Yep.
all right.
And
Go
since
with the flow.
Since Matt did not dictate, it is a graphic tee of a silhouette of a
sure,
person
yes. True, for
kayaking
those
into
just
like the
listening.
sunset.
Yep. And his dick is out.
Nope, it's not. Those are shadows, but
Do you think I could be the NBA logo of the guy peeing into a bottle into
in a kayak.
kayak? Yeah.
Yeah, for the National Kayak Association, you could for the NKA.
Dude. Well, thank you, sir. Well
Yeah,
done.
thank you. Yeah, that just panned out fine.
Go with the flow.
Wow.
Do you remember for VHS? I think in high school I might have had like 2 VCRs, or I connected one or something like that. So I assembled a montage of my favorite action/fight scenes from movies. I went VHS to VHS and recorded it.
Did you
So I had-
really?
Yes. I might have just watched it in the privacy of my own.
How
self,
did
'cause
I
it was
not
like-
know about this?
I don't know. I don't think I was proud of it because I had a lot of Steven Seagal on there. like
What?
had way too much Steven Seagal.
No!
Probably
I guarantee you didn't have enough Steven Seagal.
a lot of Glimmer Man.
Oh my god!
Like one of my favorites.
Glimmerman.
Like
Glimmerman's
we-
not even one of the good ones.
it's so terrible. I'm just saying that's kind of the level it went to, where he'd be like, I love my Glimmer Man where Steven Seagal. So you know, there's guys like mobsters or whatever, or whoever he's fighting against, generic,
Mhm.
whatever, circling him. He's like, give me your wallet. He's like, okay, cash, or do you take plastic? So he takes out a credit card, flips it. It's got a razor blade on it, cuts all their throats. it's like,
That's it's in like a parking garage or something. Yeah, I know exactly
it's
what
like
you're talking about.
like all he's just doing like jazz hands fighting,
God.
but barely moves his feet ever.
Yeah.
It's so good. Just the confidence in the ponytail. Such a beauty.
Folks, if you do not know the glory of Steven Seagal, like we're not talking about the weird guy that eventually got a show as being like a deputy cop and stuff. Watch his action movies. They're so odd. Like Under Siege 1 and 2, both beautiful. Above the Law, Out for Justice. These movies are awesome and terrible. Like it's terrible line after terrible line. The plots make zero sense, but they are so fun to watch, and the fight scenes are so wonky because all these guys, these thugs, are so aggressive with their motions, and Steven Seagal is so slow and fluid, but it's so silly looking.
It's my favorite genre of fighting is 10-on-1, but only one guy can go at a time.
That's correct.
You can't.
The other ones are
like,
like,
yeah. Dude,
I'm thinking about what to do.
Waiting for my moment.
It's like real life NES fighting games. Like if you took Double Dragon and made it into a real life movie, those are basically Steven Seagal movies.
It's kind of like watching a Royal Rumble, which the best part of a Royal Rumble is just seeing who comes in and kind of the end. But if Royal Rumble matches are never great, because when there's like 12 guys in there, there's a couple spots planned. But if you actually are watching it, there's like 6 of the guys are just looking around the ring, pretending to be in a hold.
Yeah, or they're like tired in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's watch this real quick, because one of my favorite Steven Seagal memes is how he runs.
Ooh, I've never seen a Steven Seagal running meme.
So it's better than his fighting.
I highly doubt that, but
his arms are always
what in the world? They're like shimmying.
Yeah. They like nobody's ever taught this guy how to run.
Literally doesn't know how to run.
His arm, like they go across his body, his arms. He doesn't even make like any kind of fist. Like, he does the wavy.
But what he
and I don't know why.
Now the best part about Steven Seagal is that he's not going to tell you, oh yeah, that's just kind of what I do. He's going to give you a calm, collected, total bullshit answer as to why that helps him run better than you. He'll be like, oh, well, it's actually using the airflow currents in a cyclic manner, which propels me for, oh my God, his hands were just open.
Dude, those footsteps. Oh yeah, dude.
Wow. Yeah. That's the best part is he finds zero humor in anything he does or has done. And that's why it's that much better too, is because he still thinks he's like the coolest guy on the planet and the most dangerous guy on the planet.
Here, we'll wrap up murder with this. Could you kill somebody? Asking for a friend.
It's just being recorded by the government.
I don't know everything about you, man. I just got to know. Is murder in you?
No.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I know. It's so gross. I feel like so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's what's crazy too about, even killing someone in self-defense. I get why that messes people up. Like you literally did nothing wrong, and you often are put in situations of like, well, I thought this person was in fact going to kill me, so I acted in self-defense. That happened to kill them, and you're like, I'm sure that could mess you up, even though you're like, I shouldn't be is it I shouldn't be bothered this because I literally did what I had to do to not die by their hands. So like, shouldn't I not be bothered? But also it's like, I did something that resulted in someone losing their life. So I don't know. I know I wouldn't handle it well. I do not have a phenomenal track record with mental health as it is with not killing people. So I'm guessing I wouldn't handle murder or even killing someone in self-defense. I would not handle that well, probably. Well, so I'll stay away from it. I'm going to opt out.
That's what a murderer would say.
I'm going to opt out.
So I will say the opposite, that I would murder somebody.
That you do want to kill people.
Or yeah. Hot off the trail.
Right.
I don't
It's
know.
never the guy you most suspect.
I don't know. Just think about all the work involved. That's
There
the part
it
that
is.
gets me. Yeah, it's like it takes a long time to. Here, well, this reminds me. Well, I saw this. Would you rather? That made me think about this.
Sure.
Would you rather
obviously.
get away? Would you rather get away with a terrible crime, but live in fear of someone discovering it, or go to prison for 3 years for a crime you didn't commit?
Sorry, what
So
was the
either-
first one again?
So would you rather get away with a terrible crime,
Okay.
but you live in fear of someone discovering it, or go to prison for 3 years for a crime you didn't commit? So do you live the telltale heart, the fear, for the rest of your life? Or do you just bite the bullet on 3 years?
what? Here's the
I mean,
problem.
we know I can't go to jail.
Matt, here's the problem. Is I don't understand because you're guaranteeing me that I'm going to live in fear that someone's going to find out. So do they find out or not? If they don't, then why would I be living in fear? Because the contingency is they don't find out.
It's the fear.
So
No, you do.
no, I mean,
Dude, get away with it, man. You can say it. Get away with it.
no. You
No?
want to know what? No, because like, I don't know. I think I could do well. I could do okay in prison.
For 3 years. It's just
Yeah.
like studying abroad.
Yeah, I think I could figure it
Yeah.
out. I'm not attractive. I'm not a small, effeminate person. So like, I don't think I'd be primo for the negative to turn into the lady of the night, in prison. I'm pretty likable. I can make people laugh.
Too.
Making people laugh goes a long way.
Yeah.
No one wants to kill
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
that makes you laugh.
Yeah, right?
So I'm going to use that as
Yeah.
my defense. I could handle prison better than I could handle the anxiety.
Yeah. Hey, is that a carrot in my butt, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, see, that's a little late. The humor's supposed to prevent that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, Matt's
Still
like,
hilarious.
right.
Yeah,
Matt's like, so,
yeah.
you know,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
really give him a good time. No, Matt, no, you're supposed to do this first.
Oh boy. Hey, couple 20-pound dumbbells and 5 gallons of petroleum jelly. I could survive in prison for sure.
Wow.
Here's a segue for you. Have you ever
Yeah.
kissed a man on the lips?
Nope.
Okay. Well, speaking of
Good night,
pool,
everybody.
I made a bet. In DC, me and this guy,
What-
Seth, he was
Man.
an Eagles fan. And he, let me just say, he was an Eagles fan, not related to the story, but he and I were playing on a team of pool against 2 girls that we worked with. And our great idea was that, hey, whoever wins, the other team has to kiss each other. We're like, yeah, gonna make these girls kiss each other. And we lost. So old Seth got a nice piece of the Matt Jones soft lips, a little pucker. But you know what? Seth is gay, so you know he liked it. You know he wanted it anyway. My only regret is that he was an Eagles fan, so it does come back around. My only
Wow,
regret.
there was a lot to digest there. So wait, he's gay?
He is, yeah. I think he's still gay. Unless it was just a phase.
Was he out at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he probably had a boyfriend then, so he cheated on him with
Who
me.
perpetuated this bet?
The pool
Why
hall,
did he want to see girls
the
kiss each
pool
other?
hall stud.
There's a lot.
I don't know. It's just
going
something you
on
do
that
in your 20s. You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Is it? Well, DC is showing that DC Matt was no holds barred. DC Matt couldn't get out of
Matt,
pool parties.
away from home.
DC Matt
out at the
yeah.
bars every night. In DC, you can kiss anybody on the mouth. it's their whole philosophy.
I'm not.
But yeah,
Wow.
never again since. I don't think so.
No.
If I did, it was innocent. If I did, I didn't destroy any relationships.
Right. Well, it's important. So sofas.
But you know, just something about the whisker on whisker contact that you just never forget.
You will
Never forget.
You will not move on from this.
I'm just kidding. I thought I forgot about it, but I've remembered it every day.
I don't think you ever forgot about that. Seems pretty fresh and recently recalled.
I did forget about it, but yeah.
So
Yeah, give it a go. Hey, StrangeFam, give it a go. Make a bet. Play on a pool team with somebody you definitely want to kiss. And then make a bet with the other team.
And then throw
whoever
the game.
loses has to kiss each other and then throw the game. Yeah. Classic. A lot of little dicks, though. I've seen a lot of little dicks this week. Old man dicks in the locker room.
Yeah. Oh,
I wasn't ready for that. Yeah. It's like, you can turn around and face the locker. I don't know why you got to turn around and face the room.
Like, it's not, see, that's the thing people don't understand. And ladies, listen up. This is what we're dealing with, is that it's not that they're not shy to get changed in front of someone. It's the older gentleman at some point in your life, right? You stop being courteous. It's not a fear thing. It's courtesy. Like, to just get changed in a timely fashion and facing the lockers. No, you don't need the 2-minute break to like stretch and talk to the person you don't know across the way while you're completely nude facing the world. Like, it's just so weird. Why are older gentlemen so compelled to just be so naked only around guys they don't know?
And like, yeah, it's almost like this one dude was being coy about it. Like he had his towel, like he was almost sort of trying to cover his little dick. But it's like, just turn around. That's all you got to do.
Right.
And of course I couldn't stop looking at it. I was like, who has the audacity to just have just a little sparrow poking out beneath their gut? Just like, just making a little home. I was like, I wanted to toss a little bit of straw out there. I was like, here, are you building a nest? Why is this like so evident that this is here? I don't understand why you're doing this. And why is it's hiding. It's hiding. It's going away.
Yeah, if I want to see that shit, I'll clean my gutters. But like, I don't want to fucking like, it's just, I don't get it. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of urgency. And while you're changing in public, there needs to be a sense of urgency, not for anything else other than other dudes don't want to see your dick on accident, on purpose, anywhere. Like nothing. No one wants to see another dude naked unless there is sexual things involved. And even gay guys,
sexual, yeah.
Even gay guys, I got to assume, don't want to see all these weird uninvited dicks flopping about or peeking their heads out of the bushes, as you had said, the Homer Simpson gif crap. And yeah, like, just stop. It's not a sexual thing. It's just like why are we doing this?
I think the only defense against face forward dicks, I'm going to start changing facing the locker, and I'm going to reach my toes. I'm going to be the pioneer
you're gonna go butthole?
of Planet Fitness butthole. Yeah.
You're going to be the butthole guy? Do you want to?
Yeah.
I'm not getting changed. Why? The butthole guy's in there.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is constantly drop things.
Yeah.
I want you to be less known as the butthole guy, but more this like Butterfingers guy.
Yeah. Hey, I'll do this too. Hey, I dropped my lock. Can you pick it up for me? Like, no, you're naked. It's like, all right. So it's either way. You get to choose. You either you got to pick up my lock, or you got to look at my butthole. It's one or the other.
You can do it, or I can.
Pick your poison. Yeah. All right. Your choice. Jeffy's choice.
Yeah.
T-shirts or 3 words?
Well, go with the 3 words. Don't go with rap.
All right. Rap, trap, crap from Pistachio Kid. Smashio.
Smashio. All right.
You're going with rap?
So, yeah.
Ooh,
so back in college, I remember a memorable night when my friends and I decided to host a rap battle in our dorm room. We had a lot of decent guys that were passionate about hip hop music, and this was our way of combining our love with it with a little bit of friendly competition. So we invited a pretty diverse group of students, different people, and everyone brought their own unique style. People with their own flow came to the battle, and we had beats blasting from a makeshift speaker setup. The energy in the room was electric. So as the night went on,
The
we
vibes were
witnessed some
immaculate.
incredible talent and some creativity. And one of the most surprising moments was when our quiet and reserved roommate, Mark, stepped up to the mic. And none of us had any idea that he had like a hidden talent for rapping. So he unleashed a lyrical storm that essentially left us all in awe, rhyming effortlessly about like college life, late night study sessions, and cafeteria food. That night, basically our dorm room transformed into a hub of artistic expression and camaraderie, and we laughed.
Dude, are you reading this?
And even had some impromptu dance battles in between the rap performances. It was a testament to the power of music to bring people together.
Wait, what's going
and break
on?
down
What is
barriers,
happening?
all while creating lasting memories of
Wait,
our
what
college
the fuck
years.
is happening? What the fuck just happened? I don't know why it took me so long to fucking figure that out.
So
What is that?
a few days ago, I went to ChatGPT and put create an anecdote about rap music in college.
Dude.
The cue was create an anecdote about rap music in college, and that's what it put out. And I'm like, I'm just gonna read this on.
Dude, that was good. I was man, Mark too. I was like, dude, who's Mark? I was like, it's great because it's always in my head. I was thinking, I was like, it's always the quiet kid, you know. It's like the kid doesn't say shit, and then I was like, expression, like you don't say that. Those aren't words you say.
In the midst of reading this, I'm like, should I pause? Like, should I not give exactly what it gives me, or should I just go for it? Because I'm like, it's gonna expose it too. So I went for it.
Holy shit. Oh, great idea. You know what? Should we just do it real quick? Porn star. I don't know why I didn't think about it when we talked about Pornhub earlier. I mean, crosswords earlier.
Yeah.
I totally forgot
You're
about
actually
that.
actively avoiding segues now.
Yeah. Segues are, our segues are so clean, they're dirty. So this was a game I did. I guess I only did it once, but I'll say the name of somebody, and then just based on the name, you tell me if you think they're the lead singer of a metal band or porn star. Then again, star, whatever that means. All right, we'll do a few ones, just a few simple ones. All right. Hey, are you not looking at your phone? Are you? This is like trivia rules. Don't pull out that phone and look up these names.
Trying to get music to go because we're playing a game, aren't we?
Little saber dance. Yeah. Dude, I didn't know you had sound effects too. That's awesome.
It's literally on my phone.
Yeah.
I just pulled up a Spotify playlist for game show music.
Really? That's what they go with?
I don't know, man. Yeah.
All right. We'll start easy. Harry Reams.
So, hold on. It's porn star or what?
Is he a porn star or the lead singer of a metal band? Or I guess any, you could just say lead singer or musician, I guess.
Okay.
But it's mostly the metal. That's
Harry
the
Reams? It's got to be a porn star.
It is. That was an easy one. The star of Deep Throat, the 1970s classic. Okay. I like playing coy, I see, to start out. All right. How about Joey Stefano? Joey Stefano.
Musician.
Joey Stefano is the star of Songs in the Key of Sex. He is
man.
A porn star. Yeah.
Totally threw me for a loop.
I know. How about Jimmy Urine?
It's got to be an unfortunate porn star name, but I'm going to go porn star.
He's the singer of Mindless Self-Indulgence. You see? There's so many layers to this game. It might as well be Family Feud because it is makes Steve Harvey a little shy. I'll tell you what.
Oh.
Let's do a few more here. How about let's go. There's so many of these. How about Jizzy Pearl?
I don't remember this from Fast Money. I can imagine Richard Karn going over this. Jizzy Pearl. Gotta be a porn star, right?
The member of LA Guns and Rat, some famous 80s hair metal
Wow.
bands. Man. Hey, and if you're playing along at home, tweet us your score. We don't have a Twitter, but yeah, do it. How about Dillian Harper?
Dillian?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay on porn star. Porn star.
Okay. That one's obvious. We know. Spank Bank Awards nominee, America's Porn Sweetheart. Nominee for Most Adorable Slut of 2016. All right.
Oh,
Jeffy.
it's a woman. Dillian
yeah.
is a woman?
Oh, we don't know. Yeah. Who knows?
Okay.
How about I'll do a couple more. Ryan Ryans.
Ryan Ryans?
Yes.
Um,
this music is great.
I'm
It's
gonna,
just subtle enough.
I'm gonna say a musician.
Ryan Ryans, AVN Awards nominee in 2015 for All Girl Performer of the Year.
I don't think that's
nominated for Best Girl Sex Scene. 2015.
Okay, there it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one you probably knew. Yeah.
Ryan Ryans?
Yeah.
Man, those androgynous names, I guess.
I know. How about one more? Luis Post.
That's got to be a musician.
It is Veruca Salt's Louise Post.
Oh.
All right.
Great
Not
band.
bad. Yeah. So you can tell. Tough game.
Yeah.
You know? Oh. Speaking of dress. Boom
Perfect.
segue.
Yep.
T-shirts. I didn't talk about last week. I was thinking about a new line of T-shirts.
Ooh.
That it'd be fun to do. And it would be like, because we talked about no fear shirts probably a billion episodes ago, like 50 episodes ago or something like that. We talked about just how big they were a part of our life, like no fear, like 2 seconds left, down by 2 points, balls in your hand, shoot from the 3-point line, no fear, whatever, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 1 more pitch, no fear, like all those, like every kind of life situation, like you're the guy because I'm wearing this shirt and I have no fear. I want to do a line of shirts called Full Fear.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, dude, we should do like lots
totally
of fear,
afraid,
lots of fear.
Yeah,
very afraid.
So whatever, yeah.
Yo,
yeah, like down 2 points, balls in my hand, pass it to somebody else. Get this ball away from me. Timeout, I'm hurt. Timeout. Yeah. Like 1 a.m. Cute girl looking at me in the bar. I walk over, look her in the eyes, and mumble something and just try to pretend I was looking for the bathroom. Full fear.
Full fear.
Yeah, just like every kind of life situation. Like, I think that can be our main line.
Yep.
You know, behind the wheel, 65 miles per hour, 10 minutes to get to work. Panic attack on the side of the road. Pull over. Full fear.